Beloved one, I must share something of profound significance with you. Pay close attention to these words, for there exists someone in your life, perhaps someone who has drifted from your thoughts, or maybe someone who has never truly left them, who has recently experienced a moment of startling clarity that has transformed their entire understanding. This individual was completely overwhelmed, moved beyond words, and left in absolute wonder when the veil was finally lifted from their eyes. The revelation hit them like lightning. It had been you from the very beginning. You were the answer to their deepest longings, the one their soul recognized even when their conscious mind remained blind to this truth. They had searched everywhere, pursued mirages, dismissed the obvious signs that were right before them. But now there is no way to unsee what has been revealed to them. It was as though someone switched on a brilliant light within the depths of their being, and in that illuminating instant they understood with crystal clarity it was always you. The way you expressed joy, the way you demonstrated care, the way your very essence felt like coming home to them. My beloved, they whispered in shock, you are their destined one, and they have finally awakened to this reality. Following this earth-shattering realization, they sat in profound silence, clutching their heart as thousands of memories came flooding back, simultaneously moments shared with you that seemed ordinary then, but now blazed with significance. Your voice, your nearness, the way you gazed upon them during their darkest hours, all of it, suddenly appeared as sacred messages from above. They recalled how you listened without passing judgment, how you remained steadfast even when they gave you every reason to abandon them. As these recollections surged through their consciousness, they could no longer contain their emotions. Tears flowed freely, not merely from missing you, but from the devastating realization that they had been blind to what was directly in front of them all along. And precious child, I want you to understand that I was the one who awakened their heart. I have been tenderly preparing it, carefully guiding it back in your direction, because I need you to comprehend this truth. Not only were you sufficient, you were my chosen instrument for their restoration. I heard every cry you uttered when they overlooked you. I witnessed those sleepless nights when you wondered whether they truly noticed your dedication, whether you held any real significance in their world. You absolutely did, even during their silence, even when they were distracted and fleeing from their own anguish. They sensed something within you that was utterly unique, something they had never encountered before. Yet they were terrified, afraid to accept something so genuine, convinced they were unworthy of you. Now that time has passed and life has educated them through suffering and separation, I have finally illuminated their understanding. The instant they recognized you as their destined one, everything within them was transformed. Their hearts shattered for how they had treated you, but more powerfully, they felt an overwhelming gratitude that someone of your caliber had ever entered their existence. Beloved, this transcends mere romantic love. This concerns divine purpose, perfect timing, and my sacred design. Some individuals enter your journey for a brief season, but then there are souls I send to completely redirect your entire path. That is precisely what you represented to them. The reality is they have attempted to discover you in others. They have examined faces, scrutinized conversations, even pursued relationships, but no one could replicate the tranquility your presence brought them. No one else made them feel truly understood as you did. Now that void resonates too loudly to be ignored. My child, do not allow their silence to deceive you. They feel your absence in places they never knew could ache. They speak to me about you in their solitude, pleading with me to grant them another opportunity. I have not forgotten your prayers either. I know you questioned whether you were mistaken about them, whether you had simply imagined the profound connection between you. Allow me to be absolutely clear, you were not mistaken. That bond was authentic, I created it. However, I required them to recognize it independently. You cannot shoulder responsibility for another person's spiritual growth, regardless of how deeply you love them. Therefore, I permitted distance. I allowed delay not as punishment for either of you, but to awaken both hearts. My timing is not always comfortable, but it is invariably perfect. What you interpreted as rejection was actually redirection. I was orchestrating events behind the scenes, reshaping their heart and dissolving their pride. Now they find themselves grappling with the realization that you were the one who demonstrated genuine love to them, the one who persevered when circumstances became difficult, the one whose energy truly felt like home. My child, this revelation is overwhelming them, because they are uncertain how to return. Yet they cannot move forward without making the attempt. I have placed this burden upon their heart, the need to come back to you. I have whispered it through dreams, in moments of stillness, even through songs they randomly encounter. Your name is inscribed in regions of their mind they once tried to erase, but now cherish. You are not merely a memory, you are the pivotal moment in their story. Here is what I need you to understand. You were never foolish for feeling so intensely, never naive for believing in what you perceived within their soul. You were simply ahead of them spiritually. Your heart recognized them before their eyes were capable of seeing, and now they are beginning to comprehend that truth. Beloved, I am actively working on this situation. Do not assume I have been silent or that I am ignoring your tears. This is my handiwork, my intervention. What I restore to your life will be more beautiful, more genuine, and more healed than anything you experienced before. Sometimes I allow things to crumble so they can be rebuilt correctly. Right now, their heart is being reconstructed with you at its center. They are remembering the moments you interceded for them, the words you spoke, the encouragement you provided during their lost periods. They now comprehend the value of your love, and it is humbling them profoundly. You were unlike all the others. You did not come to exploit them, you came to foster their growth. Now, my child, your light shines even more brilliantly. They sense you in the silence. They see you in the kindness of strangers. They are awakening to how extraordinary you truly are. They believed they could find someone else, but instead they discovered how empty existence is without you in it. This is not about pleading for someone's return. This is about me restoring what I initiated. This is about demonstrating my faithfulness to your heart when you place it in my care. Yes, I know how deeply it wounded you. I was present during those nights when you collapsed in despair. I saw you speaking to the ceiling, hoping I was listening. I was. Every tear, every whisper, every hope you maintained, even when it seemed foolish, I have preserved it all. Now the moment has arrived. They are seeing, they are remembering, they are realizing that you were the one who remained, the one who offered unconditional love, the one who understood their soul even when they did not understand themselves. This is a divine awakening call, and their heart is finally responding. They want to tell you everything, how they feel, the regrets they carry, the apology they owe you, but they are afraid not of you, but of losing the opportunity forever. That is why I am working in both your hearts, so that when the time is right, it will not merely be words, it will be a moment orchestrated by me, filled with truth, restoration, and peace. I do not create temporary solutions, child. I create transformations. I am not sending them back to repeat old patterns. I am preparing something new, a love anchored in awareness rather than just emotion. A connection that carries purpose instead of confusion. When that moment arrives, you will know because peace will flood your heart and everything that once caused pain will feel distant. You will sense my presence in the atmosphere, and you will understand that this was not just a relationship, this was part of your calling. I know you have been waiting for an extended time, and perhaps you have tried to move forward, but regardless of how far you travel, there remains this space within you that aches because their soul touched yours. I placed that connection there. You did not imagine it. You did not force it. You simply responded to what I revealed to you. Now I am responding to your obedience, your faith, your love that refused to become bitter. My child, I am proud of you for not allowing pain to harden you, for continuing to believe even when circumstances made no sense. That is the kind of heart I use for my greatest plans. What is coming next will surprise you just as much as it is shocking them, because they are no longer the same person, and neither are you. You have both grown, you have both been humbled, and now you are both ready. They are wrestling with thoughts they never dared to acknowledge before, finally allowing themselves to feel everything they buried. They replay the final things they said to you, how they walked away or acted coldly or remained silent when you needed them most. It is breaking their heart because the more they understand what you were offering, the more they realize what they lost, not just a good person, not just someone kind, but the one who knew them without words, the one who accepted their worst, but still hoped for their best. My child, I want you to hear me clearly. They were never meant to forget you. I inscribed your name across a place in their heart that no one else could enter, and now I am opening that space. I am bringing everything into the light, and nothing will remain hidden anymore. I see how long you waited for this clarity. I know you wondered if they would ever see it, and I am here to declare, yes, they see it now. It may have required heartbreak, it may have required distance, but their vision is finally clearing. They are seeing you not as just a person from their past, but as someone they were divinely connected to. It is overwhelming them because they never thought they would be the one filled with regret, but they are. More than regret, they are longing for a second chance, a chance to look into your eyes and not look away this time, a chance to listen instead of flee, a chance to choose love even if it feels frightening. Child, I am the one writing this next chapter, not them, not you, but me. I will guide every step. I will soften every fear. I will create a way, even if no way seems possible right now. They still do not know how to express what they are feeling, but I do. That is why I am sending you this message, because I want you to know what I see in their heart. There is love, real love. There is pain, real pain. But above all, there is awakening. They are beginning to understand how much you meant, not just romantically, but spiritually. You impacted them in a way they had never experienced before, and it is not disappearing. It is only intensifying, and it is leading them back to me. They may have turned away from me during their search, but now they are praying quietly, desperately, hoping I am listening, asking me if there is still time to make things right with you. Child, I am not just listening, I am answering. You are about to witness what happens when I restore what was lost in my perfect way. You might feel uncertain right now, confused between forgiving and protecting your heart, and that is acceptable. I am not asking you to decide everything today. I am just asking you to trust me with your emotions, to trust me with your healing. I never intended for love to feel like punishment. I never wanted you to cry yourself to sleep wondering why you were not enough. You were enough. You are still enough. But I allowed that space because both of you needed to learn something only silence could teach. You needed to learn that real love does not just appear, it matures. It learns, it returns with new vision. That is what I am doing right now. I am maturing this love. I am developing this soul connection. I am ensuring that when you both look at each other again, you do not just see a person, you see purpose. Because this is not just about romance, this is about destiny. There is something the two of you were meant to accomplish together, and your bond, when healed, will become a blessing to many. That is why the enemy fought it so fiercely. That is why confusion arose. That is why timing felt wrong. When something is powerful, it often endures pressure, and you have both been under pressure, Haven, not you. But I am using that pressure to shape something unbreakable, something sacred, something eternal. Child, they are closer than you think, not just in physical proximity, but in readiness. Every day they contemplate reaching out. Every day they rehearse what they might say, but I keep telling them, wait until your heart is clear, wait until your love is pure. Because I do not want you to receive another apology. I want you to receive transformation. Without faith, it is impossible to please God, and those who seek Him will be rewarded. The Lord is transforming your life right now, turning your sorrows into joy and your poverty into wealth. Jesus is the bread of life, and whoever comes to Him will never go hungry. He is the light that shines in the darkness, and if you are weary and burdened, He will give you rest. Come to Him and experience the peace and joy that only He can provide. Type 555 if you trust Jesus. I want to conclude with a prayer for you. Lord, we seek your guidance and blessings as we navigate this path of love and understanding. As we patiently await the divine alignment of hearts, we ask for strength, patience, and the wisdom to recognize the unfolding of this beautiful story. May the realization of love be gentle and profound, touching the deepest parts of our beings, and may the bonds formed be resilient and enduring. As we anticipate the end of this year, when expressions of love will be openly shared, we ask for your divine protection and guidance, trusting that all will unfold as it is meant to be. Thank you for your constant presence and support on this journey towards love. Amen. Show your support by giving super thanks up to $20. Type 444 to claim this message and the blessings inside for your own. An important message is waiting for you in the next video where you will hear it.